as busy or busier today than you have felt in your entire life? 80% of the business owners would answer yes to this question. Hi, this is Shweta here, and today I want to help you with a simple structure of questions which can really help you enjoy and make the most of your appraisal process. Now, as soon as I say appraisal, it might be conjuring all kinds of images and emotions within you, but trust me, it is a fun process if you really know how to go about this in a very simple way. So actually, first things first, when you are doing appraisal, make sure that you have a pre-appraisal template in place. I'm assuming you have it, but just in case you don't, I will just reach out to us and my team will share with you a very simple, a standard appraisal template, and you can obviously layer it up and add more things if you want to. I like to keep things simple, 80-20. If it can cover 80% of my main content with these simple questions, then that works for me and for our clients, okay? So it's a simple one, but feel free to reach out if you need that template, okay? After that, once the template has been filled by the appraisee, they should give you at least 48 hours to reflect on that written content, what they have expressed there. Now, I've done a separate video, which is about 2:1 rule and how you should be thinking and preparing for the discussion. So make sure you look at that video so you are approaching it with the right attitude and with the right material, okay? Now, when you're in your discussion with your appraisee, and you have made it very clear that this is to focus on their career development, to make sure that they are performing better, even better, and it's supposed to be an open and honest conversation, then let's kind of see what are the key questions. What are these simple 5 questions that you need to really focus on, okay? Now, simple 5 questions, 4 are quite intuitive, as I'll talk about it, but the last one is the question which gets missed out by many people. And for me, that's a fantastic question. That's like touche, okay? So imagine now the appraisee is sitting and you're sitting and you've obviously read all the notes. You've thought about your points as well, 2:1. Remember, you're not trying to make a bucket list or make a laundry list of things. So this conversation pretty much goes, okay, great, I've read the stuff. I mean, not stuff, but say I've read your notes and really good to see, but I'll give you the questions. So how you go about this. So the first question really is, look, I've read everything that you've written here. It's really cool. I've got some other pointers in my mind, but I would love to hear from you. So what's going on well? Tell me what's going well. And the person starts talking, right? And naturally from that, the next question really here is, so how are you seeing yourself progressing in your career over the next, now if you're doing 6 months or 12 months review, depending on that, you put the time frame, say over the next 12 months, what are your aspirations? So the person says, this is where I see myself, this is where I would like to move to, or this is what I want to do. From there, the next question really is saying, okay, so for you to be at that level, what do you think are the key areas of improvements? What do you reckon? Where do you really need to focus? What needs to improve? What needs to be developed? What are your learning and development plans here? And you're listening very actively, you're making notes, and remember, you have your own thoughts as to where this person needs to focus on and improve. And again, as I'm saying, 2:1 ratio is what you want to look at and not a list of things, okay? So now once the person has talked about this, if you agree with their points, great, good stuff, don't have to add value. And please make a mental note of this. Many times, the best way to add value is to not add value. So if you're happy with their own reflections and their pointers, keep quiet and just say, that sounds like great, don't have to give your points too. And then you're moving on to the 4th question, which I find, again, very interesting question, and which is a very, what's the word? It's like, you're not trying to be the superhero. You're not trying to salvage or rescue anyone. In fact, you're giving them the power to ask for help without imposing anything. And therefore, the fourth question really is, how can I help you? Okay, because they have identified their areas of improvements or their areas of focus. So the next question really is, how can I help you? And at this point, if they have any specific, pointers, great, jot it down. If you agree, great. If not, then say, listen, I'm not so sure if I can do this for you, but I might be able to do this for you. So you can suggest alternatives, or you could say, let me sleep over it and we'll have a discussion again to see, what input you need from my side. So how can I help you? Again, if you were to reference one of my other videos, which is about drama triangle, is a very powerful question to get out of this whole drama of rescuing or persecuting people or being a victim. And again, very good question to ask. Now, moving on to the final question, the fifth question, once you've covered the whole range here, and as I said, for me, this is a great question which many people miss out on, because this discussion, this appraisal process actually is a two-way process. You're actually utilizing this time with this person to also find out where could you improve. And therefore, the fifth question is, what are your suggestions for me? What could I do better? And you listen. You actively listen. You don't have to agree, but you can surely listen with an open mind. And once they have shared the things that they feel you could potentially improve on, just thank them for that. And you could say, I would like to reflect on this, and I will also see if I want to build this in my next year's L&D plan. Okay, but remember, as soon as you do that, it just brings different kind of respect and mutual respect in the whole dialogue. It's not just you trying to be that superior, trying to give feedback or appraise the other person. Actually, we're just having a proper, honest, open, authentic conversation where we are trying to improve as a team here. Okay. Now, the final thing on this is that many people, they wait. In the organization, appraisees, sometimes they wait. They think, okay, it's only this process I can vent and talk about all the issues or how I'm feeling or whatever. And here, this is where you need to also close the discussion very clearly by saying that, look, thank you for this. I really enjoyed this conversation. Now, just to remind you that it's my responsibility to create this structure, this discipline, so we can have formal discussions. We are actually not getting lost in busyness. We're actually sitting down and discussing. So I'll take that responsibility. But at the same time, can I please request you to take the responsibility to raise any issues or any concerns that you might have in between our appraisal discussions or in between these formal discussions. I want you to take charge of your career development, of making sure you're enjoying the work. And if there's anything that's bothering you, make sure you're reaching out to the HR or to me directly so we can resolve it and we can move forward in the right way. And just stating this once a year or twice a year, depending on how frequently you're doing appraisals, really reminds people that we're all grown-ups here. It's not a parent-child relationship, it's adult to adult, and therefore we all are capable of taking responsibility of our own development and movement forward. I hope that helps you. Your 5 simple key questions, and at the same time, the end of the conversation reminder so we can move forward in a stronger and better way. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you're getting these videos and reminders for yourself. And also check out other videos on appraisal, which are already there or might be coming out, just so that you can prepare yourself better to do these conversations in a smarter way. Okay, I'll be in touch with you again very soon. Meanwhile, you take care. Bye.